Welcome to Unconventional Paths for Healing Cancer. I'm joined today with a friend of mine, Karen Onyschuk. Karen, how do you say your last name? I've never actually asked.
Honest Chuck.
Oh, Onyschuk. Okay, so I was
Yeah.
pretty close.
I'm an honest Chuck.
Onyschuk. Yeah, I think you're the first one I've met. Um, yeah, at any rate, so basically what this podcast is about is just kind of sharing stories with people that have are either on their journey with cancer or have come out the other side of cancer successfully. I'll also be chatting with different professionals, both from the conventional and alternative, just really trying to get a feel for how people are dealing with this complicated disease. And there's so much stuff out there these days that are, there's a lot more than what conventional wisdom would have us know. And there's a lot of adjunctive therapies and different things that people are doing, and basically this is all about kind of sharing those things and yeah, just learning other people's stories and helping people get through all this stuff. So with that said, I was looking over your bio again, Karen, and what you've dealt with, and it's kind of wild to me that it was only April of 2017 when you said you were on your couch with your heating pad, wondering if you'd ever see the birth of your grandkids and stuff, and and that's 2 years ago, and I've known you for about a year, and you've just so vibrant and full of life and energy and stuff. So yeah, you've made quite a transition, but we're gonna, if you don't mind, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, and we'll start at the beginning. So where and when did your cancer story actually begin, like your original diagnosis?
It would have been April of 2013, and I worked for a husband and wife chiropractor, and we used to always give seminars on how to fight cancer. And I at the time I was a little heavier, and I lost some weight. And with that said, one night I found a lump in my breast, and so then I went to the doctors right away, and sure enough, it was breast cancer. And because I worked for these husband and wife chiropractors, we always promoted alternative ways of healing. And so I knew I needed to get off sugars. I knew that I needed to alkaline my body. I knew that I should be eating more organic. Okay. But I got this big lump. It was huge, and they said I went for a lumpectomy, but I chose not to do chemo. Okay. And I did the radiation. And, how many? But prior to the radiation, I actually went down to Mexico for treatment.
Okay. What kind of well, how long were you down there, and what kind of treatments did you do down there in Mexico?
Well, you know what? When your life's at stake, you get a little emotional. Yeah. You find the money, and we didn't have the money to take me down there, but it cost me $30,000 to go down there.
Right.
And they did amazing stuff down there. We did colonics and hyperbaric and IV drips, and they did a whole bunch of stuff on me.
Which clinic did you go to?
There. I went to the Sauna Vive clinic. Okay. It's a USANA products.
Yep.
And it's just outside. It's in Ensalada. Mm-hmm. And I went there, and I mean, it was a beautiful experience, and they treated me wonderfully. And I went down with a really positive attitude. I figured I'd rather do this than go the conventional way. And while I was down there, my immune system, I just felt really healthy. The food was incredible, everything. But when I was down there, I was already 3 weeks into my process, and they said to me, well, Karen, now your immune system's really strong. You can go home and do conventional treatment. And I said, pardon me? I have $30,000 going down there, so I don't have to do conventional treatment. Well, they said you can go back and do the chemo and radiation and all that stuff. And I was so upset. I left after the 3 weeks. I didn't stay for the 4th week. I came home.
Wow.
And when I came home, I decided that I would do the radiation, but I wasn't going to.
Oh, we got a small glitch here. 1 sec. Come on.
Right things. I started experiencing a lot of pain throughout my body, just excruciating pain. And finally, they did a CT scan on me.
Karen, could you just back up just a little bit? We had a little bit of a loss of just the internet there for maybe 10 seconds. I'll
Okay.
I'll edit.
Where when I was down there, I felt healthy, and then they told me I needed to come back for conventional treatment, and that I was so upset at that, because that's the whole reason why I went down there, is that I didn't have to do conventional. And so they told me to come back home and maybe consider doing chemo and radiation. Well, I came home and I did the radiation. I refused chemo, and life was good. I mean, I was feeling great. But then on October 2016, I was experiencing some pain, and I couldn't figure out why. They did a CT scan on me and found out that I was riddled with bone cancer. It was through my bone marrow. I had lumps on my chest that were cancerous, so it was in the lining of my stomach, everywhere. And fortunately, it wasn't in my organs yet. And I was devastated. I thought, how could this be when I felt so good. I was doing all the right things, eating healthy foods, alkaline water. It's really important, staying off sugars, everything. And I still contacted the bone cancer. It was riddled throughout my body, into my bone marrow and so forth. Anyways, with that said, I got very depressed, that's for sure. Yeah. And I remember in March, I developed pneumonia. They had to give me a blood transfusion. And I remember lying there crying and then thinking, I'm not going to see my grandbabies. And I had 4 grandbabies coming in the year, out in July and in November. And I thought, how could God take me this time of my life and not let me see these grandbabies? Yeah. And then out of the blue, my girlfriend phoned me up crying one morning, and she says, Karen, I've got this product I really want you to go on. It's called Immunocal. And she says, I just feel really, really strongly that it's going to help you. And I'm coming over tonight, and I'm going to make it for you. Now, at this point, she didn't know how sick I was. I was on my deathbed. I had a couple months to live. I looked like a 90-year-old woman. You were actually kind of told kind of 6 to 12 months, weren't you, at one point? I was told, 5 to 6. Yeah, 6 months. What kind of breast cancer was it originally? Ductal. It's a ductal carcinoma. Okay. So it's basically, it forms in the duct of the breast, and so it's undetected because it's in the duct. And then once it comes out, then you can feel it. Right. So with that said, she came over that night, and I could not eat. I was in so much pain. I looked like a 9-year-old woman. I just said, Donna, I'll try anything. Just give it to me. I'll try anything at this point. Yeah. Well, she came over and she mixed it up for me, and I took it. And I really had to gag it down. I'm sorry, because I could not eat. Food repulsed me. Yeah. And so then she actually left crying, thinking that it was too late for me. But it was funny. Within a couple of days, my pain went away, and I'm starting to feel hungry. And I come out of bed, and my husband's going, "What are you doing out of bed?" And I just said, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Energy started coming back, eh? It did. They call me a super responder, okay? Because not everybody responds as quickly as I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I responded really well. And within 13 days, I was able to go to my daughter's wedding, and you would have known I
Wow.
was sick. Yeah, it was incredible, Rob. It
Absolutely.
really was.
Yeah.
And like I said, and this product, basically, just to make it the short here, I continued on it. Every 3 weeks, I would get my blood tested because I did start chemo on May the 16th. Now, I've been on Immunocal for a good 3 weeks, solid weeks, and I did high dosage of it, 6 packs a day. Went on this Immunocal, and when I went to the doctors, I had decided that it was my last resort, so I was going to do chemo. They put me on a low dose chemo just to make me comfortable.
Yeah.
And so and it was pills. It was 2 weeks on, 1 week off. I started taking these pills, but I was already feeling better. But fear sets in, and you're just going to try everything.
Of course.
I started taking this chemo. Within another 3 weeks, my cancer markers went from 159 down to 107. 3 weeks later, they went down to 67. And then 3 weeks later, down to 48. And now my cancer markers are in the normal range.
That's great.
By August, I was in the normal range. Within 6 weeks, those tumors on my chest had disappeared. I had the energy. I had my appetite back. I was normal. I actually went to my doctor just on purpose because she had told me in March that there was no hope for me, and she was basically saying goodbye to me. And then I went in August just to show her how I looked and how I
you're
felt.
doing okay.
And, and she says, "Oh my goodness," she says, the chemo must be working. And I says, "No, it's not the chemo." I says, "It's a glutathione precursor." And she says, "Oh my goodness, glutathione? We're all learning about glutathione right now. That is the rage right now." And I says, "Well, this is a glutathione precursor. What it does is builds the glutathione up in my body." And she says, "Just stay on it. Whatever you're doing, stay on it." And I said to her, and this is what's really cool about this product. I know, it really is. And I said to her, it's in her CPS book, the big blue Bibles that the doctors use. In the States, it's called PDR. In Canada, it's called CPS. It's in their book. So they can look it up, they can recommend it, and it's the only natural product in the CPS book.
Yeah, it's hard I could imagine that it would be hard to get into being a natural product, for sure.
I know. But it's got 2 Health Canada claims on it. One is for the immune system, and the other is for energy and muscle strength. So those are 2 Health Canada claims that they have. This product, Immunocal, it is developed in McGill University. It's totally Canadian. Dr. Bonos, Dr. Gutman, John Molson from Molson Breweries are the researchers. They developed this, and basically what it is, it's a glutathione precursor. Now, a lot of people don't know what glutathione is. I'd like to explain that. The glutathione is our immune system. Without it, we're dead.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to read you just a little article. It says here, without glutathione, your liver would eventually shrivel up and die from an overwhelming accumulation of toxins. So it basically, it goes through the liver, and it gets into the cellular level of your body, and it produces glutathione in your healthy cells. Cancer cells have glutathione in them too. But what this does, and it's called a negative feedback, it actually will deplete the glutathione out of the cancer cells, exposing them.
Yeah.
And so then they die off.
Yeah.
And it builds the glutathione in the healthy cells. So your cells continue to get healthier and healthier. And when you have a strong immune system, your body can do what it's meant to do, heal.
Yeah. Now, am I right in saying that, now, we normally do produce glutathione but as we get older, we kind of deplete, and it's, I guess with modern toxicities and stuff, we don't produce enough glutathione as we get a little older, and that's why it's kind of important for us to look to something like this now.
Oh, absolutely, Rob. What this is, glutathione is, you get that, the best form of glutathione is through baby's breast milk. Okay. Now that's hard to get for us. But as you get older, it gets depleted. By the time you're age 50, you've lost 50% of your glutathione.
Was that right? Eh?
Your body slowly stops making it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when we get sick as we get older, that's why we die. A lot of people die early. They don't have the glutathione in their body, because if you don't have glutathione, you die.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, glutathione is only your body can produce it.
Yeah.
And so this product I'm talking about, Immunocal, it's not glutathione. You're not taking glutathione. It's a glutathione precursor. So there's a molecule called cysteine, and they bond it with protein, and it gets into your body at the cellular level, and it gets your cells to start producing glutathione. And when you hear of, why can't you take oral glutathione? The what is it? The N-acetylcysteine or whatever it's called. I'm sorry, I've got it here.
No, that's right.
But, but anyways, the oral glutathione is synthetic. And, it may help you initially for a little while, but what happens is it only stays in your body for about 2 hours, and then you pee it out. Your body gets rid of it. It doesn't stay in your body. And actually, taking it on a regular basis, it actually tricks your body into thinking it's producing glutathione, and then your body stops producing it. And another thing it does, is that it is as you're taking it, it's an antioxidant. But if you take it for any length of time, and I took it for 3 years, it actually turns into an oxidant after a while, after about a year.
Okay.
So it's working against you. And I think, and this is my own perception, I'm not a doctor, but I think that what happened to me is that when I went to Mexico, I was on glutathione drips. When I came home, I was on oral glutathione. And all this time, yes, it was giving me a bit of a lift when I took it, but then I'd pee it out in a couple hours, and then my body stopped producing it. So I was getting depleted of glutathione. And I think that's why I got so sick. And as soon as I started building that glutathione up in my body, I got healthy again. My body was able to fight it off. I'm not saying this is a cure, by no means, but I'm just saying that if you build the glutathione up in your body is going to be able to heal itself. Yeah. And some people it takes longer, and I have responded quickly. I always say to people, please take it for at least 3 to 4 months, because that's the time it takes for your cells to replace themselves. And then you know that you're getting it into each and every cell, and you're giving your body a fighting chance.
Yeah. It's interesting. I was about 5 years ago, I guess, I started getting interested in glutathione. I think it was partially my mom has Parkinson's disease, and glutathione has proven to be quite beneficial with Parkinson's, and so I guess that's where I kind of found it. And then you started seeing it, like Dr. Oz and all these different people talking about glutathione, and it's really become a big thing, and it is our master antioxidant, and it also helps with the uptake of all our other minerals and phytonutrients and things. So it's
absolutely,
it does so many different things that it's really, it's not one of these things that's just going to come and go as some sort of little health fad or whatever. It's and there's also so many peer-reviewed articles and so much research on it now. So it's the real deal. Glutathione is definitely something we need, and it's really amazing to see some of the results people can get from it. So, I've been using it for a year now, and my story is kind of a little bit similar to yours in a sense that, my cancer is different than yours, but I did the thing where I, went down to Mexico too, and was having great results and things like that, and kind of thought, I had it looked after pretty much, but then, you can't afford to take all the supplements and do all the different things, and you kind of wean down a little bit, and and it doesn't take much, for it to start going the other way again. So now I've kind of upped my, I've upped my game again, including, taking the glutathione and stuff, or the Immunocal precursor, which I'm getting pretty low on now. I had quite a stack going, but anyways, but yeah, no,
That tells me you weren't taking it on a regular basis.
well, yeah, no, I had quite a bit though. But originally, I was doing the 6 packs like you recommended.
Yep.
And then right now I'm doing 4 packs a day. But
yeah, I do 4 as well, Rob. I will never go off 4.
Yeah.
No, if you're dealing with a sickness, a disease of any kind, you need to take more. People who are healthy, Health Canada recommends people who are healthy to take 2 for preventative. And I tell you, I've got my husband on 2 packs and my family's on 2 packs. The stats are that 1 in every second person is going to develop cancer.
Yeah.
We have over 1 million cancer cells in our body, and something will trigger it off, and you got it. And so why not do the work and do the preventative route before you get sitting in a doctor's office being told you have cancer?
Yeah. Well, one of the other things that I do on a regular basis, probably at least 5 days a week, is coffee enemas. And I know some people think it's an old folk thing, whatever, but it is proven to be very beneficial in getting rid of toxins and stuff in our toxic world right now. So, but that also, when you do these coffee enemas, it raises the glutathione levels like 600 times. And so I think that the combination of doing the Immunocal and doing my coffee enemas with the different things that I do, I think those are 2 really, really vital things that I won't give up, and feel are extremely important to me, just to get those glutathione levels up.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying, is that Immunocal is just, it builds your immune system, but you have to do other stuff as well, like eat as organic as possible. Do the alkaline water, do the, what you're doing, the coffee enemas. When I was down in Sauna V, that's what they gave me, coffee enemas. So I know that that's something that's a protocol to stay healthy. So you're doing all the right things.
Yeah. What is there? Now, is there there's got to be a test. I don't know if it's a blood test or what that checks. Can you check your glutathione levels? I know your regular doctor wouldn't do it, but sometimes like naturopathic doctors and things will have more extensive,
yes and no,
tests available, but you have to pay for them, of course.
It's very expensive. Right now, the way they do the testing, I think they have to get your white blood cell, and they do the testing through that, and it's very intricate and it's very expensive. So it is not too many people get that done.
No.
But you just know, within yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but within yourself, if you're not feeling well and you're getting colds and flus and you're just lethargic and all that stuff, that's a good indicator that your glutathione is low and you need to build that up.
Right. Yeah. No. So, it's I think it's definitely has made me feel better and given me some energy. Since I've come back, since I was away, and now I've been back on glutathione, and it's or I keep saying glutathione, but you know what I mean. It's the Immunocal precursor, and we all know that. Now we know. I mean, when I was looking at, I was taking some supplements that were earlier that were not great products because they, the glutathione that I was taking or was being dissolved and not really getting to where it needed to be in my body to be bioavailable. So I guess it was a bit of a waste there, but this I like the idea of this, where it's creating the environment that produces the glutathione, with your body, and it just makes a lot of sense.
Well, there's no other product in the whole wide world that can do this. Okay. They have seriously. If anybody wants to see the research on it, you just send me an email or call me, and I will send you lots of information on it. So I always encourage people, do your research. There's so many wonderful health products out there, but do they have the research to back it up? Mm-hmm. And you need to know that this company with 20 years doing research on it before they mastered it. They didn't put it on the market for 20 years until it was totally, they were satisfied. Now it's been on the market for an additional 23 years, and it's developed in McGill University, like I said, but it was all back east. It went down the eastern coast. It went into Mexico. We didn't hear about it out west. It drabs and dribbles, and nobody really promoted it. Yeah. And now we're starting to hear about it, and it's coming out west. And I'm just saying to people, do your research. There's no other product like this in the whole wide world. People maybe make claims that oh yeah, this makes glutathione. Well, you do your research. When somebody makes that statement, you ask them for the proof. Yeah. Because I don't deal by any kind of products that are fly by night. I want proof.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Now we live on the beautiful west coast of Canada, in wine country, a place called Kelowna, British Columbia, and so thanks to a few people here in town like yourself. I know that we've got I guess a conference coming up on May 25th here, and it's and is it the doctors from Immunocal are coming out? Is that what I understand?
Yeah, I've got the details here for you. It's actually on Saturday, May the 25th. Mm-hmm. It's going to be from 1 to 5, and it's at the Sandman Hotel in Kelowna. Okay. 2130 Harvey Avenue. Okay. Mm-hmm. And what's really neat about this is that we have the founder, one of the head researchers, Dr. Wow. Gutman. He's world renowned on glutathione. He's written 5 books on glutathione. He just came back from China on a symposium on cancer and Immunocal. And so he is going to be our lead speaker. We are going to have a Dr. Pagnon, who is, he does stem cell therapy. Okay. And we're going to have a chiropractor, Dr. Sue Hallroyd. And all 3 will be going to be talking about the product. And so we encourage everyone to come out and listen, please. You're not going to get a better presentation than this. To have these people come out and want to speak openly and clearly and loudly about this product speaks volumes. Great. And if anybody is, I'm going to be there. Please Great. Ask for Karen, and I know Rob, you're going to be there. That's right. And we're both going to be there, so you can just come and find us, and we'll look after you. And like I said, it's going to be an amazing presentation.
Yeah, I look forward to getting kind of, more in depth, the real research. I never thought I'd become this, but once you've been diagnosed with something like cancer, you become a bit of a research junkie, and so it's there's all kinds of stuff that I understand now that I wouldn't have had a clue about a couple of years ago, but So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think it would be really good to hear these guys talk and get the real goods on it.
Oh, absolutely. And they're so wonderful. They're all very approachable. They'll be, answer any questions that you may have. But I do want to say, we've talked about cancer a lot, and it's not just cancer.
Of course.
Immunocal is for the immune system. That means any disease, whether it's Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, MS, diabetes, fibromyalgia, arthritis, diabetes, like it just goes, the list goes on. Anything autoimmune, this product will help.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, we focused on cancer only because you and I have been through it. But no, it's absolutely for everything. You know what? They actually coming out with another Health Canada claim. And this is going to be on brain injury, early onset Alzheimer's, and autism. They're finding kids with autism, they lack glutathione in their body.
Really?
You build that up and you'll see a big difference in them. So this is a Health Canada claim that they are working on right now. So, and in hopes that it comes out this year, so we can actually say, yes, it helps. You can't say, make any claims on this product without Health Canada approval.
Well, you can't really make any claims about anything, I mean, it's which is fair enough. I mean, there's no one silver bullet for cancer, but even, talking about the immune system, like you were, and and how this is not just obviously for cancer, it's for everything. But specific, when you're dealing with anything, the first thing in my fight is to build the immune system to a point where you can target whatever illness you're dealing with, and body has the strength to deal with it. And then the third part of it, of course, is the detoxification, which glutathione also does through the liver and stuff too. So yeah, it's the immune building thing is huge. I've there's some other good products out there too, like beta glucan and things like that are immune modulators and builders like that have invaluable benefits to our body. So yeah, no, it's a very interesting journey you've been on, and I know the people don't realize, like, gosh, how tough is it when you did, you went down to Mexico, you're doing all these things right, you come back, you think you've kind of got it beat, and then you get whacked, with with it just being like, in your bones and all over the place. Like, I was going to say I can't imagine, but I actually can, unfortunately. But a lot of people
you can
understand that feeling, and it's emotional too, isn't it? Like, the journey is challenging on many levels, so.
Well, you sit in a doctor's office and you get told you have cancer.
Yeah.
The fear, the immediate fear that this is a death sentence. Well, you know what? It's not a death sentence. If you can get the cancer under control, anyone can live with cancer. So you and I are proof of it, Rob. You're going out and playing tennis this afternoon. What did that tell you? I get to play with all my grandbabies now. And my doctor said to me, I said, have you ever had someone survive bone cancer like me?
Yeah.
And she said, no, never. So there's something to this product. I can't say enough about it. I know it was my lifesaver. Did it cure my cancer? No, I'm still dealing with cancer, but it's all under control. And it will, and because my immune system's strong, my body has a fighting chance. My body is the fighter in it, and it's doing a great job.
That's good. Good. Yeah, no, well, I'm really happy for you, and I really appreciate, getting to know you too, and you kind of got me on the right product, because I was kind of wavering between some stuff that really wasn't working as far as trying to get glutathione into my body. So I
Mm-hmm.
thank you for that. Yeah, no, and like this like you were saying, this is neither of us are doctors, but although I've played one at the bar, I don't know if that counts for anything. But at
No.
any rate, no, it's fun chatting with you, and I'm gonna put a link to you and to me, like in the show notes when I release this, and
Awesome.
we'll, yeah, so that anybody can contact you or myself if they want to know a little bit more about Immunocal, or just talk in general. Like for me, if somebody's dealing with cancer, I mean, there is the marketing side to Immunocal as well, that is available too. I mean, I have just been using the product, and I haven't gone after it, like, in a business way. But it would be nice to get a few people to sign up, just so that you can have your own product for free. So because it's something I want to keep doing for my lifetime. I think it's vital.
Well,
So
that was really scary for me too, because I mean, with any natural product, it's expensive. But the thing is, I spent $30,000 going to Mexico trying to save my life. So
yeah,
I mean, what's a few $100s?
yeah,
But what is nice about it is that, yes, I started sharing my story. Yes, people signed up, and yes, I was able to get my product for free. So now I don't ever have to worry about that bill, because my product is for free. And I'm going to tell you, at this presentation on Saturday, and please, anybody who's in the area, try and come to it. The first part of the presentation is going to strictly be on the product. So if you're just wanting to come and learn about the product, that's all you need to do. And then we're going to have an intermission, so you can leave afterwards, and then we'll talk about the opportunity as a business. And again, for those who are at all interested, stay. Otherwise, there's no obligation at all. We just want to get the message out there that there is help out there.
mm-hmm.
There is something that can save your life out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, for sure. No, that sounds good. Yeah, well, we'll try to get a few people there for sure. I'm sure it's going to be good. I mean, obviously, with that kind of lineup, it's going to be an excellent.
It will be.
And I look forward to being there and learning. Well, I don't know, what else have we covered? What we wanted to cover today?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like I said, if they want more information, I can send them lots of information. So just get a hold of me through my email, and I will definitely send information out and let them do their own research.
For sure. Sounds great. Okay, Karen. Well, I want to thank you for being on the podcast, and for those of you out there, we're going to do. You can go to the website, which is www.stage4productions.ca, and that's the number 4. And I've got a website there. The podcasts I'm going to be putting up there. It'll be about a week or so, but so I don't know how much lead time I'll have for the event, but we'll definitely contact some people anyways. But bottom line is, check out the website. There's some articles and stuff on there. I'm going to put this podcast on there, and it'll also end up on iTunes. And then I will have links and some information on the website as well. So
hopefully you can get it out there before the presentation.
Yeah, no, I'll make sure that I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome, Rob. It was really nice chatting with you.
Thanks, Karen. I appreciate it very much. Have a great day.
Okay.
Okay.